morning everyone, I hope you're all well. Today is Thursday the 30th of January and we've had a pretty few days since we last left you. Not the weather, we left you on Saturday and the weather had started to calm down. It's been fine after Stormy Owen, and you know, everything's getting back to normal. We've still just got the mesh fence where our fence fell down, and that will be okay until we've got the money for Jack to build a proper fence. Yeah, so all that side of it was fine, but on the Sunday my dad came in and said that my mum, Granny Annie, wasn't feeling good, and I was like, oh, that's a shame. And then a wee while later she phoned and said, I'm really not feeling well and I can't get through to 111. That's our sort of out of hours NHS phone line when the doctor surgeries are closed. If it's not an emergency like 999, you phone 111. And she said, I've tried phoning them, but it's going to be 20 minutes before anybody even answers. And then usually when you do get through to somebody, it's a call handler that takes the details, and then you wait for a nurse to call you back to triage you, and then you wait for a doctor to phone you back to tell you what's happening. So it can take a couple of hours. And my worry is, because we are out here in the sticks, we're quite a while away from any hospital. Our closest hospital is about 40 minutes away, I would say, but that's just like a minor hospital. It's not like an A&E and things like that. That one's an hour away. So when it is kind of urgent, I don't like leaving it, because if my mum did need an ambulance, it could take a good hour at least for it to get here and things like that. So anyway, I went in to see her and I didn't like the look of her at all. We thought it was a diverticulitis flaring up, and with that you need to be careful because the bowel can rupture, and that's an emergency situation, and she just didn't look good. Granny Annie, when she gets ill, she just gets on with it, and you don't even know that she's not well, but this time you could tell. So I was like, no, we're taking you to the hospital, never mind 111, we'll take you. So we got her bundled into the car and she was absolutely freezing. She had her big cosy jammies on, she had her big like housecoat type thing over it, and she had a big throw round her as well. So we got her in the car, but she was in so much pain. We were going to go to the proper A&E hospital, but she was in so much pain that we stopped at the closer one. And I went in and I said, look, I'm sorry, I know you're not an A&E, but we couldn't get through to 111, and I think it's quite urgent because I think it's a diverticulitis flare-up. So they were like, no problem, we'll see her here. So I think we waited maybe about an hour and she got seen, and the doctor said, yeah, you're going to have to go through to Paisley because we don't have a surgical ward here, and in case you do need surgery, you need to be there. So we had to get her back in the car and get her back to Paisley, and she was in agony. It was such a shame. Jack was brilliant, you know, staying calm, driving her there. So we got her to Paisley, and that was just an absolute nightmare. The doctor at the Vale had given us a letter and said, go straight to the surgical assessment unit with this letter. So we did, and when we got there, there was nobody else there that we could see. They put us in the waiting room. They came and got my mum and said, right, we're just going to take her bloods, just wait there. So me and Jack just waited and waited and waited. And there was other people coming and going, and we still had no word. After an hour, I went and said to them, is it possible to see my mum or find out what's happening? Oh yeah, we're just busy, the nurse is with her just now, we'll come and get you. Okay. So meantime, there's other people coming in, going to get bloods and then coming back into the waiting room again. I've never seen anything like it. When I was nursing, there is no way any surgical receiving unit would have patients in agony in a waiting room. It just wouldn't happen. These poor patients, it was a poor lady who was actually sitting sideways in a wheelchair, moaning out loud because she was in so much pain. And they had her sitting in a waiting room. With other people, I just didn't get it. So eventually, after another hour, I went and said, what's happening with my mum? Because we didn't know, do we stay here? Do we go? If she's getting kept in, there's no point in us being here, but we're an hour away, so we can't go home and then get a phone call to say, come and get her. So it was that we were like, what do we do? And eventually, we managed to get in to see her. and they said that our bloods were fine. There was no sign of infection, which diverticulitis is an infection. But they said there's definitely something going on with the bowel, so we're wanting to keep you in and take you for a scan tomorrow. And I was like, brilliant, perfect. So we left her there, but I'm not going to go into the details, but the treatment that she's had since she's been there is ridiculous, absolutely shocking. So, I mean, she was upset on the phone that night because of the way she was being treated, and just, oh, not good. Anyway, she had her scan, and apparently the bowel looked like there's just some wear and tear, like she's an old car, it's got wear and tear. Okay, and that side of things has sort of settled down again, and they said that they think it was diverticulosis, which is when you have like a flare-up but it's not actually infected. So they never gave her IV antibiotics or oral antibiotics or anything like that, and it's just sort of settled on its own. But there's other stuff going on that I'm not wanting to go into just now that my mum wants sorted before she comes home. So she's still in, and the treatment's just been ridiculous. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that that's been happening, and hopefully she'll get home today. I don't know whether it'll be us picking her up because we're out anyway, or if it'll be my dad. We'll wait and see. But as well as that, Brooke went to school on Monday, no bother. Tuesday she said, I'm not feeling well. I said, you need to go to school, because she missed a lot of school leading up to Christmas with her exams and stuff. So she went, and she phoned to say that she'd have to get off the school bus because she'd been sick. So we had to go and pick her up and bring her home. But of course, as soon as she's home, she's fine, because it's anxiety about going to school. That's what the issue is. So anyway, she was home, and we made her do schoolwork, we made her go on Google Classroom and all the rest of it. And then yesterday, she got in the shower, had her shower. Now, she said before she went in the shower, I don't feel well. And I said, take your sickness tablets. So she did. She had her shower and she came out and she went, I can't get ready, I'm not well. And I was like, oh. The thing is, I'm so worried about her future, because she's missing so much school. She's going to really struggle with her exams because of it. And even if she was to go and get a job, she would struggle because of her attendance at school. So it's a real worry. So I emailed our guidance teacher yesterday and said, look, we're back to square one with this anxiety again, making her sick. Can we have a face-to-face meeting, like me, Jack, our guidance teacher, and Brooke, so we can all sit down and put a plan in place for what's going to happen? So I've not heard anything back, so I'm waiting to hear. Today she should have had a trip to Edinburgh Zoo. That was all planned, but she's not made that either. So it wasn't a fun day at the zoo. It was a biology curriculum thing. They weren't going to see any of the animals. They were going to the, like, I don't know, the educational part of the zoo to do stuff to do with biology. And I paid 20 quid for it, and she's not going. But anyway, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. So it's not been a great few days. So I thought I'd do a wee vlog today and just chat to you all, let you know what's going on, and cheer ourselves up a bit. So the plan for today, Jack's got the dentist in a wee while this morning, and then this afternoon I need to go and get my headache injection. There's Abby. Hello Abby. Yeah, I need to go to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital to get my headache injection. They just basically put an injection right about there, and it works wonders. It took a while to work last time, because it had been so long in between. I think it's every 3 months I'm meant to get it, but it had been cancelled and cancelled, so it was an extra couple of months, so it took a good while for it to kick in. But it's been great, and it's only been the last sort of week and a half, 2 weeks that I've started getting the headaches back. So hopefully, since it's not been cancelled this time, it will start working nice and quick. So that's the plan. In the meantime, I've got a couple of wee bits that I want to do in here. Oh, I'll need to show you my glitter trolley. When I spoke to you on Saturday, I had built up my trolley and I had started putting glitters on it, but I gave up. No, it wasn't, it was Friday. I gave up because I couldn't be bothered. But I've got it all sorted, but I'll show you. So this is it now with all my glitters on it. So on the top shelf, that's all my unusual glitters, like chameleon type glitters and different shapes, different textures, that sort of thing. That's metallic nail powders. And I've got my white glitters here. And here I've got my blue, yellow and green. And I've got gold at the side. And I've got black at that side. And then on the bottom I've got pink, orange and red. I've got multicoloured glitter there and my silver glitters there as well. And what I did was basically any little sort of packets or tubs of glitter that were nearly finished, I put similar colours together, just mixed them up to make my own sort of custom glitter, so I didn't have loads of tiny wee bottles and things lying about. So that's that. So I'm glad that that's all done. Anyway, I'm going to head off and do some little bits and pieces. I've got a video to film as well, so I'm going to do that and I will come back to you later on. Right, we are heading out now. We're going into the hospital to see my mum, take some stuff there and things, and then we have got my hospital appointment, and then we've got Asda to go to, so let's go on a wee road trip. It's quite a nice day. Well, it's not exactly a road trip, going to Paisley and then Glasgow, but hey ho.
Screwfix for your dad as well.
We're going to Screwfix for my dad as well, apparently. Right,
yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane, and as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh.
so we've been in to see my mum, just stopped at Screwfix just now. I'll just quickly update you. My mum's doing okay. She's still not right, and the poor nurse didn't know what had hit him because I came at him from all angles with questions and totally contradicting things that he was saying when he was clearly lying. And yeah, part of me wishes that I was still nursing because it's not being done right. And part of me is so glad that I don't need to be part of that anymore. Really frustrating. She's had a cannula in, you know, for getting the drip. She's had that in since Sunday lunchtime. It hasn't been used since Monday morning, and it's still in, the same one. 72 hours is the maximum length of time you should leave a cannula in, or it should be taken out as soon as it's no longer needed. It's a massive infection risk, so I grabbed them again. I went, "Our cannula's been in since Sunday." "Oh right, okay, I'll take that out for you." When we left half an hour later, it was still in. And there was a student nurse looking out the window. That was a perfect opportunity to give her some experience. "Here you go, do you want to see how to take a cannula out? Or have you done it before? Do you want to go and do it?" Oh, don't get me started. My mum herself is okay, but she's on a surgical ward. She doesn't need surgery. Now that they've ruled that thing out, or diverticulitis out, but she does need to see a neurologist, and they don't have one there. So I'm saying, well, you need to transfer her somewhere. Transfer her to the Queen Elizabeth or whatever. But she saw the consultant, the surgical consultant this morning, so I think they're trying to pull some strings to get her seen. Because we've basically said, until she gets seen, she's not going home. Because I know what it's like. You get sent home and you're out of the system, and she'd be lucky if she got seen within a year. Whereas when she's in the hospital, they want her out, so they'll get her seen. Anyway, she's okay. She is okay. But there's a lot of stuff going on that needs fixed. However, I'm not going to rant anymore. I am just waiting for Jack to come out of Screwfix, and then we are heading to the Queen Elizabeth for me to get my injection. We'll see how that goes. So I will catch up with you after that.
Agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all.
Well, that's me had my injection. It was a lovely Ashley who did it today. And yeah, 2 minutes. So I was taken early as well, which was good. But it's funny because from sort of just to the right of the centre of the back of my head, right round here is numb now, like when you've been to the dentist. I can't feel it. It's a weird sensation. I've made my next appointment, which is 4 weeks later than it should be because I've not got enough appointments. The whole car park system around here is a nightmare. Well, that is Asda done. £134, ouch. Yeah, ouch. Although we did get, they were doing big massive packs of cans of juice. They were 10.50 each or 3 for £24, so we got 3 of them, so that would have contributed to the money. So it's 4:05 and still pretty light out there, which isn't bad. But that's us, we're ready just to head home now, so I will catch up with you when we get there. It is 5:20, that's us home, put the shopping away. That's the juices that I was talking about. So there's 24 cans in each pack and they were £10.50 each or 3 for £24, so it's a pretty good deal. Anyway, we decided to get a chippy on the way home because I'm too knackered to cook. So I have got fritters. If you don't know, fritters are basically just slices of potato coated in batter and then deep fried. Very unhealthy. But I'm going to go and enjoy this now. And then I'll come back and end the vlog once I am finished eating and ready to go to my bed, which won't be long. I just realised just haven't seen the doggies today. There's the Hugo. Hello, boss man. Oh, there's the Villa. There's the Hades. There's a Molly. Where's a Clyde? Clyde! Nah, he's probably in his bed. Abby is not in. She's away on a night out with the young carers. They're away to a, what's it called? An escape room. And yeah, she's never done it before, so she doesn't know how she'll get on. But she wasn't going to go. It was a sort of last minute decision. She was like, do you know what, I'm going to go. So hopefully she's enjoying that. I will let you know in the next vlog how that's going. Brooke is okay. Brooke is perfectly fine when she's in the house, and you know, she's been going on Google Classroom and doing bits, so yeah. Well, I really enjoyed my fritters. I've not had fritters for years and it was really good. Really enjoyed them. And it's now 6:20 and I'm going to my bed. Jack's happy playing the Xbox and I'm knackered as always, and I've got a bit of a sore head. That tends to happen when you get the injection. It's still a little bit swollen where it was injected and very numb still. I'm starting to get pins and needles, you know the way when you get a local anaesthetic at the dentist, that numbness, and then as it starts to go away you get the sort of pins and needles. That's what I'm getting in my face, but my head where it was actually injected is still totally numb. So yeah, I have just been in touch with my mum. She did get her cannula out about 2 hours after we left, and she still hasn't seen any of the specialists that were meant to be going to see her today, and she also hasn't had the medication that she's been asking for 2 days, even though I asked again when I was there and the nurse was like, oh, you never told me, I didn't know that you needed it. Mum's like, well, I told everybody else. She's still not had it. So, but it is a surgical ward and they did have operations all day, so she's going to wait until it's quieting down a bit and then say to them again. But I'm so saddened to see the state that the NHS is in. I really am. And a lot of the problem, don't get me wrong, I am not racist. Please don't think that I'm being racist here. I don't care what colour people's skin is or anything like that, as long as they can speak enough English and they can do their job competently. That's all I asked for. But there's been a few people on that ward that could do neither. There was 2 foreign people working together on the Sunday, I think, and they could not speak a word of English between them. They were chatting away to each other in their own language in front of my mum, which made her feel really awkward because she had no idea what they were saying. And she was trying to tell them that she needed a sick bowl, and they were like, what? Didn't have a clue. And yeah, there's been a few other people. There was one person today that my mum said she watched her trying to make the bed opposite her. The lady was sitting in the chair while the nurse was trying to make her bed, but again didn't speak very good English, and my mum said 15 minutes I watched her for trying to make one bed, and not once did she attempt to speak to the lady whose bed it was that was sitting there. That to me, you should not be allowed to be a carer if that's the case. I'm sorry. But yeah, there's been a lot of miscommunication on that ward. There's been a lot of just no communication, like my mum telling people that either she needs something, or that she's got a question, or she wants to see somebody, and hours later they've not passed the message on. It's just shocking. It's shocking. Anyway, she is okay, like I said earlier. It's just there's something that's going on with her that's not quite right, and she needs checked out, and we're determined she is not leaving hospital until it's checked. So I will keep you informed. The next time I vlog, I will let you know how she is. Hopefully she will be out by then, whenever it is. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this. It's been a bit of a different day, going to 2 hospitals, and as always, and Screwfix. But yeah, it's been quite good. It's been quite good. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed it. If so, please do hit the thumbs up button. Talk to me in the comments below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in our next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.